Hello everyone, welcome to Plain Old Cooking, and today we're going to be cooking some homemade biscotti. We're going to be making two types of biscotti, a plain variant and a cranberry orange. So what is biscotti? Biscotti is a traditional Italian twice-baked cookie. We are going to be adding some almonds. Additionally, it's optional if you want. So for this recipe, we're going to be needing some whole wheat flour. I have sifted this to take out the bran. It's a much healthier alternative to regular all-purpose flour. Then we have some salt, baking powder, sugar, slivered almonds, cranberries, eggs, some butter, cold butter right out of the fridge. You don't need room temperature butter for this. And then we're also going to be needing some orange, something to zest with, and our pure vanilla extract. Alright guys, so we're going to be mixing our wet and dry ingredients separately. So we're starting with our wet ingredients. I have my bowl here and my hand mixer. We're going to start in with our butter and sugar. So we have our cold butter here. We're going to be adding 4 tablespoons or half a stick. So just cut into 4 chunks so that it can mix better with our sugar. Just get it ready, and then 4 chunks. 1. So we have our 4 tablespoons, half a stick of butter in here. Now we're going to move on to our sugar. So we have half a cup of sugar here. If you would like it to be a little more sweet, you can add up to 3/4 cup. Just took it down a little bit. Now we're going to take our hand beater. Be careful. And just beat it on very low. So here we have our butter and sugar beat. It's a little crumbly right now. You could beat it till it's fluffy, but we're just gonna add the eggs and our vanilla in. So we're gonna add 2 whole eggs. So now that we have our eggs added, we're gonna move on to our vanilla extract. So 1 teaspoon of this. There we go. Just gonna get a teaspoon of that, get it all off. And now we're gonna move on to beating this and then go on to our dry ingredients. So we're gonna beat this at low. Make sure all the ingredients are well in there. And when we're done, we'll get something looking just like that. Just beat it till everything is incorporated. So now that we've mixed all our wet ingredients, we're just gonna set that aside. I have another clear mixing bowl here, which we're gonna use for our dry ingredients. So we're gonna start with our sifted out whole wheat flour, 2 cups of this, and our salt, 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, or 1 teaspoon baking powder. And we're just gonna take our spatula and stir all our dry ingredients. Just mix it around a bit, and then we will combine with our wet ingredients. So now we're just gonna add all our dry ingredients into our wet ingredient mixture slowly, and then just mix it around with our spatula. No need to beat this. Just take our spatula and mix it around. Just like now we have everything mixed with our spatula. We're just gonna take our slivered almonds, add them in. This is optional, but if you love almonds like me, you can just add them in. It's a great addition, very healthy. Now we are going to split this into 2. After getting it nicely all scraped off the sides with our spatula, we're gonna split it into 2 balls and then knead them. We're gonna take our first and knead, and we're gonna leave our second half in here to add our orange and our cranberries. So I have split my dough into half, set one aside for orange cranberry, and right now we have a good ball of dough for our classic biscotti. So I'm just gonna take my thumb and make a little hole in here. I'm gonna be adding a little bit extra vanilla in here because we really want it to stick out in our classic one. So you typically want to mix it before, but I'm just gonna add a little, like a half a teaspoon, vanilla. Just put it in there, and then just mix it around. If it gets everywhere, don't worry about it, just make sure to get it all and then put it in there. So now I've set that aside and we're gonna be working on our orange cranberry. So we're gonna add in our orange zest. So I have my orange here, sorry, wrong side. And just zest it a little bit all over. We're gonna be adding about zest of 1 orange, a little less, and you can add a little more if you would like. And now we're gonna move on to our cranberries. I have about 1/3 cup of cranberries. Just gonna add it on top and use your hands to fold into the mixture. So we have our 2 baking trays here and our orange cranberry biscotti and our classic biscotti. So now we're just gonna use our spatula and put it right into our baking pans. Just get it all off in there. And now we're just gonna kind of shape it into our logs. Get it really long and thin. It'll rise when you bake it. And then we're gonna be double baking this, our most important step after we bake it for the first time. Just gonna take that, it all off the sides, and our orange cranberry. Same thing. Just in the center, extend it like a log. Make sure you add some cooking spray before to our pans so they don't stick when you take them out. And now we're gonna bake it. I have my oven preheated over there to 350 degrees. Right after that, we're gonna set in and bake for 30 minutes. So now we have our biscotti completely baked for the first time, and now we're gonna take it out and let it cool. It's extremely hot. Just take it one by one. We have our classic biscotti here. Set it on our cork base. Looking really good. And our cranberry orange biscotti. Also looking delicious. So now we're just gonna let this cool for 30 minutes here. Really just let it cool completely, and then we're gonna slice into it and bake for our second time. Remember, let it cool for a good 30 minutes or as long as you want. So now we have completed baking and cooling both of our biscottis. So now we're gonna take a knife. I have a serrated bread knife here, and we're just going to cut into our biscotti. Always remember to cut diagonally instead of straight to give it that traditional look. Just saw into it and set up. If it breaks, just move on. And now we are going to bake this again for the second time. So just cut it into like about a 1/2 inch thick. It would be just like that, looking really nice. And then we're gonna do this with both of our biscottis and then put it in to cook at 350 for another 5 to 10 minutes on each side. So now we have both of our biscottis cut completely. Can't wait to dive in and take a bite. We're gonna now go on to our second baking. Put it in for I'm gonna put it in for 5 minutes. We did this originally 25 minutes, and now we're gonna put it again for 5 minutes. So now here we have both of our biscottis, our classic and our cranberry orange, completely done. Just gonna try it real fast. Simply delicious. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today to Plain Old Cooking. More videos on the way. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. See you in the next one.